Absolutely. Let's have a little go here. All right, 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2. Good evening. I'll come down a bit. Good evening. Hello and welcome to CB Smith Reserve. Is that getting a bit high? Let's just come back a little bit. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4. And come back a tiny bit more. 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2. That's probably okay.
stay cloudy, we'll be all right. Yeah, remember the one I was bringing last year? It was like the one I got covered in coffee. Oh yeah, what happened there? Did that? Oh yeah, when we were at Avondale. I saw him knock it. Yeah, and it was down for because of the headphones. I didn't really register, and then I was like, oh, coffee down. But got away with it though. Got away with it. Just don't want to do it to the new one. Because it's better than Boxing Day sales. Players are going to be cheated up. So of course, they're not playing in the heat, aren't they? And I'll run for a bit and then they'll just like slow down. Yeah. Because you come out and you think, oh, it's hot or whatever, and you like get moving a bit, and you're like, it's like there's a bit of air movement, you're running, like something about like being an outdoor movement, right? And then after a bit,
The NPLW takes centre stage this weekend as we kick off round 1 of season 2025 after a 2024 that finished with an epic crescendo at the home of the Matildas last September. It may be a hard act to follow with excitement. To even greater heights. NPLW Round 1 clash. My name is Steve Curtin, and it's a pleasure to be bringing you all of the action this evening as the players are out in the middle and the captains are gathered for the coin toss with the match officials as the players are huddled up on a picture-perfect playing surface out there at CV Smith Reserve in what has to be said very warm conditions, a maximum of 37 degrees in Melbourne today. It's dropped down to just around 34 here at kickoff time, so these players will be needing to pace themselves as they take on this round 1 fixture and look to get those match minutes back in their legs for the new year. And the teams are in. Let's have a look at Brunswick Juventus' side, coached by Justin Laria. It's a new face in goal, Peyton Woodward, and they also line up with captain Nathalie Chia in the starting lineup, as well as Naveen Kaur, Sienna Coppola, Anastasia Rampel, Samira Rex-Heppy, Daniana McKenzie, Elisa Smith, Eden McKeown, Shishido Nanami, and Natalie Grimmer. While for the visitors, the Essendon Royals in goal, it's the West Aussie Zara Board making her debut for the club, and the captain is in the starting 11 as well in defence, Michaela Jurcic. Other players making the starting 11 today for Vince Battiato's side is Emma Langley, the new signing from New Zealand via Canada, Rebecca Van Dort. Also the Japanese attacking midfielder Aira Fujiwara, as well as Ava Grober, Kobe Willett, Kendra Smith, Audrey Osler, last season's top scorer, and a new arrival at the club as well from Eltham Redbacks. It is Alessia Bresciano, the daughter of Socceroo star Mark, who is in attendance at the match tonight. So it's going to be the Essendon Royals, the visitors, in their all-red kits. They're playing to the southern end of the venue, the city end, the left of your screen at home. We hope you enjoy this one. And the home side, Brunswick Juve, so finished second last season, looking to improve on that. They're in their familiar zebra kit, the black and white vertical stripes, playing to the northern end, the Dukes Road end of the venue, which is the right of screen here. Underway, and isn't it good to have the NPLW back for a new season? We've had to wait. It's round 6 of the men's competition already, but women's is finally kicking off, and didn't it kick into action with some great spectacles last night. Bentley Greens in South Melbourne finishing 1-1, and also 1-1 between Spring Hills and the Preston Lions. And this match was scheduled to have been kicking off at 3 p.m. this afternoon, but due to the extreme heat, sensibly this has moved back to a 6:30 kickoff. However, it's still quite warm, and Essendon Royals looking to get on the attack early. Ball is distributed out wide left by the new Japanese midfielder for Juve, Shishido Nanami, 23 years of age, arriving from Setagaya. Well, both of these sides have got a new signing from Setagaya, also for Essendon Royals, and number 9, Eri Fujiwara, also from Setagaya in the Japanese second tier of the women's competition over there. And here she is on the ball here, Fujiwara, out wide right, looking to sell the dummy and navigate into the penalty area. At the back post, the shot is off target from Ava Grober. Well, a good look at goal for Grober. And the 22-year-old couldn't make the most of it. Scored 4 times last year, did the former Calder United captain. in the colours of the Essendon Royals. So this is Woodward taking the goal kick here for the Zebras. The 24-year-old former alumni of the Villanova University football system in Pennsylvania in the States, as well as the Arkansas soccer program as well. Bringing plenty of experience at just still 24 years of age. He's going to get another touch here. Calm on the ball as Juve look to control a bit of possession here. That pass might have just been overhit from Navleen Kaur. Asking a little bit too much off her left back. Had a play for a throw on the far side. This is Osler. 13 goals for her last term for the Royals. She also scored in both of their meetings between these two sides last year. Both of these matches last year, despite the discrepancy in their ladder positions, Brunswick finishing second last, there was only one goal separating them on each occasion. It was a 1-0 win for the Royals. And also a 3-2 win for the Royals later in the season in round 19. Here's the short corner. Plenty of bodies forward. It's a decent header, and what a save. At full stretch. And the American Peyton Woodward denying a really good chance. A good look at goal for the Royals. And the clearance is miscued, but that'll do for now. We'll catch that one again on our replay screen. Good ball into the penalty area. Floated into that near post. And the header that came in from Osler. Well, she thought she'd opened her account for 2025. Denied by some heroics from Peyton Woodward on her debut for Juve. Striding forward is Navleen Kaur. Good defensive shape behind the ball for the Royals. That's a raking switch of play. It's cut out by Alessia Bresciano. This is Kobe Wilbert lining up in central defence. Here's Rebecca Van Dort. Moved across from Harbourside FC in Canada in the off-season. Ball forward by Paredes. Another player making the move from the States, former Florida Gulf Coast Eagle. Here's Osler driving through the heart of the Juve defence. And it's another good save from Woodward. Her second in the first 5 minutes here at CB Smith Reserve. The goalkeeper caught into action, making no mistake with her positioning on each of those two occasions. This is Ava Gruber. Fujiwara brought down, and our match official Angelique Mangoyan is going to be called into action here to award the first free kick of the evening in the way of the visitors, the Essendon Royals, and it's going to be from a handy position here on the grandstand side. There's a healthy crowd gathered inside the grandstand on a very warm evening. Drink sales are up from the canteen tonight from what we've seen on the evidence before kickoff, and no doubt that will continue because it's not cooling down here at all. Taken short. Grover is freed on the left-hand side, floating into the back post area. It's just about repelled, but it's going to be still floating around the penalty area, and eventually it's lobbed wide and off target. No need for Woodward to be called into action that time. And it was Osler with a speculative effort that time. Just trying to float it into Woodward's back post area. Juve back in possession. Ball forward was aimed for Sienna Coppola, but they've turned it over here again. And Army's ball forward and down the line. There's no one at home for Juve though. So the ball can be easily mopped up down there by Kobe Wilbert. Striding forward out of defences, Michaela Jurcic. Arrived from the Knights a couple of seasons ago to help with the club's promotion to the NPLW in 2023. Nanami, she's been busy for the Juve side so far. Can they mount their first attack of the evening here at Brunswick Juventus? It's a bit of space for Natalie Grimmer. Able to stride across the centre of the park. This is McKeown. Good contest there. Well run by Navaline Kaur. Sent forward. Time by Grimmer. And it's going to stay in play here, is it? And it's come back off the corner flag. And it's going to be a throw to the hosts. So a good opportunity in attacking position to get some bodies up the field here for the Zebras. It's going to be the captain to take, potentially the long throw here, Natalie Chia. It's repelled by that Royals defence. Grimmer. For the 1-2 and little diagonal ball through. It's good football from the Juve side. Flags up for offside though. Tonight's assistant referees assisting Angelique Mangione in the middle is Sarah Bellew and Emily Chandler. Fourth official over patrolling the touchline on the far side is Shab Saban. So still 34 degrees here in Faulkner. 0-0 between Brunswick Juventus and the Essendon Royals. Just over 9 minutes of play gone. Didn't confirm with the officials pre-match, but no doubt we're likely to see a cooling break midway through this first half, given the extremely high temperatures here this evening in Melbourne. Juve starting to get themselves into the game a little bit here, and here's the run by Anastasia Rammel in the number 9. Just fighting for that ball, scrapping for it, trying to keep it up in the final third of the park, and they do win the corner kick, so excellent work by Anastasia Rammel, the 22-year-old forward who celebrated her birthday a couple of days ago, has done the trick here, and Juve can send the tall timber forward and try and attack this Royals defence from the set-piece opportunity here. Some of those targets include McKeown at the back post and McKenzie, the two Macs lurking around the back post area. Should the ball travel over that way, it's a decent headed attempt by Kendra Smith for the Royals, and they're going to try and clear away here. Grover looking to switch the play. The pass doesn't quite come off. It's well read. Kaur. The pass is off target. Grover. Ball smacked forward. And there's a chance here for Fujiwara into the penalty area, trying to nutmeg her opponent. And it was a good bit of defending by Shishido Nanami. Those two players both hailing from the Setagaya club. Shot from long distance, and that's not going to trouble Woodward. Emma Langley trying her luck. off-season signing from Calder United. She managed 1 goal for the relegated side, Calder United, last season. So many players in this game have spent time in the Calder United system. It's almost a case of which players haven't rather than which ones have. That one's going to run all the way through to Woodward again. Sun just disappearing behind the clouds here, and the players enjoying some welcome relief. Here's Van Dort lining up as the left back tonight. Not happy with that pass. She's going to go in again and try and compete for the ball, but getting there first was Coppola. Rammel's long ball was blocked, and the Royals are on the attack here again. Fujiwara again looking for the nutmeg. Grover is available wide left and looks to get the ball in early. Osler was the target, and so was Paredes. Neither of them could make meaningful contact. Really good ball in by Ava Grover, though, asking questions of that Juve defence. Juve enjoying a bit of joy down their left-hand side. Losing possession here, though. Whistle on play, and it's like Langley's won the free kick, so the Royals can bring the ball forward out of their final third this time. Brunswick Juventus, a 1-1 draw in their last outing, which was the final round of last season, Saturday the 24th of August at Lakeside Stadium. They held South Melbourne with a Nicole Cooper goal. A second half strike, cancelling out a Leo Varley strike for South Melbourne. Grover into the centre of the park here, and this is Smith running into trouble and directing traffic from the centre of the park. That's a good ball by Van Dort. Although it's easily mopped up by McKeown, who's been solid in defence so far for Juve, is Eden McKeown. Juve working themselves into this game, and they can thank Peyton Woodward for not being a goal down in the early minutes. This is Bresciano sending it down the line. Alessia Bresciano lining up as the right back for the Royals. He's had a real star 22 appearances last season at the Eltham Redback side. The Redbacks a real club on the rise in Melbourne football, and here's a good chance for Osler. She loves scoring against Juve. Plenty of players back in black and white shirts, and yeah, really good defending from Nanami. Osler getting on the ball again, and the attempt is coming in from Fujiwara as well blocked. It's going to be a Royals corner kick here, the second of the evening. Hope you're enjoying this match and you're keeping cool wherever you're tuning in from. Steve Curtin with you on the NPL Victoria live stream. It's NPLW football, Brunswick Juventus and the Essendon Royals from CB Smith Reserve. We're still deadlocked at 0-0 after 16 minutes. Here comes the delivery of the corner kick. And Woodward's done well, but she's spilled the ball on the way down to the ground. Like a good take initially. She's pleading that she's suffered a bit of contact there to the referee, but play on was the call, and no harm done in the end as Juve is able to bring the ball out of their defence. Osler's the target here, but Woodward again out off her line and does well. So it's certainly been a busy debut for Peyton Woodward, the 24-year-old. coming across from Villanova in Pennsylvania. And you can see how hot it is out there now with Novaline Kaur with the sleeves rolled up to try and keep herself cool. 34 degrees here for your Saturday evening kickoff. NPLW Victoria. Just trying to find a way through this well set block defence of the Royals. And it's good pressure again coming from Fujiwara and winning the ball well, combining with Paredes. He loses out. If the ball keeps on slingshotting from one end to the other, there's going to be some tired players out there before we even break for the half-time interval. This is Van Dort on the grandstand side, urged on by the crowd. Jurcic's ball forward. Play is quite glad for a stopping play here, I think. Subs warming up on the far side. On the bench tonight for Justin Lurry is Brunswick Juventus, Mia Sikorsky, Natasha Colosimo, Ondine Guiamara, Tiana Pandov, Layla Butler, and the sub-keeper is Tiana Orphanides. Free kick taken quickly, and Juve's been caught out here. Woodward, you could hear the call there. Good claim again. Keown and Kaur getting plenty of possession back there. It's just a matter of getting the ball up the field and in between the lines as the floodlights come into action here. We will have sunset fall upon us in the second half of this one. Around 7:45 local time. We're in the later stages of the daylight savings period. Only a couple more weeks of that to go until we switch the clocks back to the usual time in the first weekend of April. Certainly feels like the peak of summer here at the moment at CV Smith Reserve. We hope you're enjoying this one. The players out there are giving it their all in tough conditions. Which team can break the deadlock here in the first half? Langley. Bresciano getting a foot in for the Royals. Eventually it is out of play for a goal kick. Top scorers of both of these sides last season. Audrey Osler with 13. Scored 5 in one game against Calder United. Nicole Cooper, the top scorer for Brunswick Juventus last season, also with 13. Scored almost half of her team's goals last season. Brunswick Juventus scoring 30 goals across their 22 matches. As they finished 11th in the 12-team comp. Thought they were going to be relegated, but then got the recall from the Federation to make up the numbers with a late withdrawal of the Casey Comets at the 11th hour. They've won themselves a handy opportunity here from another corner kick, their second of the evening. And it's going to be the girl from Murray United, Natalie Grimmer, going over to take this one. Well, in fact, she's decided to make her way into the box and allow Samira Rex Heppy. She's made the move across from FE Emerging in the off-season, where she scored 1 goal from her 12 appearances in the talented group of young players at FE Emerging last season. All ready for the set piece here. And taken short. Nanami, will she try and pull the trigger here? Gets onto the left. Drives a low shot. And it's the first save of the evening for Zara Board, the West Aussie, on her debut here for Essendon Royals. Former Australian international at under 17 and under 20 level. Experience with being on the Perth Glory roster as well. It's only 19 years of age. Turns 20 later this month to Zara Board. No subs for Vince Battiano's side tonight. Essendon Royals include Mia Lantieri-Bartley, Sasha Cooley, Philomena Delic, Amy Parkinson, Emily Harbus, and Ava Walters being the substitute keeper. Making the move across from Heidelberg United in the off-season, and she was a part of that team that went on to win the grand final at the home of the Matildas in dramatic fashion and got a winner's medal despite just being a substitute in that match. And we do have the first cooling break of the evening. Might have to reach for some drinks as well here behind the camera. Jordan doing a sterling job in tough conditions. Might even need some pickle juice up here in the broadcast position as well to get us through the full 90. Essendon Royals definitely having the better of the opportunities early on, and Peyton Woodward called into action for a couple of excellent saves early on her club debut with the Brunswick Juventus side, and I'm sure the players are hoping that that cooling break might have lasted a little bit longer, but referee Angelique Manguillon was not wanting to chew up too much time, because at the end of the day that will be added on to the end of this first half, so that will drag out the overall duration of the proceedings tonight. A rain forecast in Melbourne tomorrow, but it looks like it'll be a nice sunset here for everyone sitting in the grandstand. It's a little bit glary, as we say, Jordan behind the camera, giving you the best look at the action from the comfort of your own home with the split system or the evaporative on tonight, perhaps if you're tuning in somewhere in Melbourne. A bit tricky to get the best look at things with the sun setting in the distance, but as always, Jordan doing a fantastic job behind the camera. We hope you're enjoying our company. Steve Curtin on the call for you tonight. It's 0-0 between Brunswick Juventus and Essendon in round one of the competition, NPLW Victoria season 2025. Some other matches taking place still to come this weekend. FC Bulleen Lions and Box Hill United was scheduled to be played at 4 o'clock this afternoon. That match has been moved to tomorrow evening at 7:30 over there at the Veneto Club in Bulleen. Also got Burundara Kerry Eagles and Heidelberg United. That one kicking off tonight at that very same venue this evening. And there's a chance here, perhaps. Oh, Board out of her area. Calm in a crisis as well. Finds Bresciano. Oh, all of a sudden, a simple ball over the top, and it looked like it was going to be the Juve side bearing down on goal. They've been very comfortable in defence so far. It's a long ball from Woodward over the top of the defence. Really well played looking back at the replay again. Board coming out of her goal, of course. Couldn't use her hands, controlled it well. And was able to locate Bresciano with a composed pass, and the Royals were able to mop up the danger, but they won't want to be caught out by those long balls again from Peyton Woodward. That one's skimming off the top of the defender's head and into a dangerous position as far as Essendon was concerned. So the Royals doing a bit of their defensive duties as well here. Is McKeown's ball over the top. Van Dort's going to get there first. Looking for options. Van Dort on a club debut. Ball forward by Smith. It's just a bit scrappy after the players have paused for the drinks break. Good intensity though, especially in these tough conditions. 34 degrees here at CB Smith Reserve. Really tough conditions to play your first match of the season in as well. This is McKeown, well played by her. Sent Oslo the other way. Passes aimed at Nanami, who gives chase. Van Dort using her body well and sees it out of play for a goal kick. Players certainly entitled to take their time with these restarts, but Zara Board's quick to jog over and put the ball back down in the 6-yard box to play on again. And the goal kick is a little bit skewy, but it's going to be out of play for a Juve throw, so Brunswick can get some more numbers up the park here. It's like the captain and right back over to take. Chia, and she finds Makio. Passes off target there. Oof. Almost a heart-in-mouth moment as Board went to take that one. It was already having crossed the byline. It wasn't an issue, though. Here's Jurcic. Ball forward, looking for Audrey Osler. Juve working themselves into this game. Essendon Royals certainly coming in favourites. The much better side during the competition last year. A lot of new players in both of these squads. It will take time in these opening rounds for these sets of players to gel and develop good combinations with and without the ball. Here's Grober. She's been very busy down the left-hand side for Essendon so far. Contest in the middle of the field, and the free kick goes the way of the Juve side. Taken quickly. Rammel. And some no-nonsense defending was needed from Langley. Lining up in the defensive midfield role is the former Calder midfielder tonight. So another chance here for Nathalie Chia to take the throw. Chia, all of her teammates out there are around 9 years her junior. Chia scored 5 goals in that promotion year in 2023 to get the club up and out of the VPLW. Langley goes to ground. Round of applause from the audience here as Sienna Coppola gets on the ball and tries to play it into the penalty area. Repelled by that Royals defence. Here's Coppola again. See, there's a bit of fatigue creeping in as we go beyond the half-hour mark here. The players looking forward to the half-time break. In these conditions, no doubt time will be going slower and slower. At least it will feel that way having to play in these conditions. Here's Chia with the throw. Sends it long and strong down the line. Good header by Van Dort. Big contest in the centre of the park. We've got a whistle on play. It was Alyssa Smith there for Juve colliding with the American Grace Paredes. I said Natalie Chia was 9 years the senior of all of her teammates. They didn't factor in that Peyton Woodward coming into the team today. Late notice is 24 years of age, so we'll make that 7 years older than her contemporaries out there. And we're going to have a delay for looks like a concussion test is being run over here for Alyssa Smith, the 21-year-old, returning to Brunswick Juventus after a long stint at Calder United. 2 goals there in her 22 appearances last season for the 21-year-old. Hopefully she's able to continue. That sun really breaking through the clouds here. If you just tuned in, Essendon Royals certainly having the better of the opening 5 minutes. Denied by some goalkeeping heroics from Peyton Woodward, keeping the score at 0-0, and Brunswick Juventus getting themselves back into the contest midway through this half, creating a couple of opportunities and forcing Essendon custodian Zara Board into action. One bit of innovative keeping required her to come out of her penalty area and control with the chest and play the ball out to the young right back, Alessia Bresciano. That sun really breaking through the clouds as we reach for our FV issue commentary sunglasses here to see us through the rest of this first 45. And we're back underway. Royals in possession. This is Jurcic. Van Dort receiving from Willett. Grover. Grover getting on the ball again, combining with Paredes. In the centre of the park is Kendra Smith, and there's a chance for the Royals to get in behind here, but again, Juve getting numbers back. Heroic defending from the Zebras. Paredes, touch almost let it down, but she was able to chase it again. Grover. Van Dort. Capola, well played. Sienna Capola, directing the traffic ahead of her. Combining with Diana McKenzie, but they've lost it here again. And here comes Fujiwara. Does she win the free kick? Play on is the call. Forward by Capola. Looking for McKenzie. McKenzie with the brace on the left knee. Plays it out wide. It's a good ball for Elisa Smith, who's recovered from that injury concern. Bresciano is going to get to this ball first and just about see it over the touchline and out for a Juve throw. Can Juve create something here and put some pressure on Zara Board in goal? But Van Dort's going to be able to walk this one out of defence, and she's got Grover ahead of her. Osler is further advanced. Fujiwara asked for it to feet. Good bit of defending again by Eden McKeown. Gets the ball back again from her captain. It's going to be out of play for a Royals throw. Just over 10 minutes till half time. We'll have a little bit more added on for a brief injury delay where we had the trainer come in to check on Alicia Smith and also a cooling break midway through the first half. Appeals for that ball having crossed the touchline. Play on was the call. Grover plays it into the box. It's a little bit scrappy now as the players do look forward to their half-time break. This is Fujiwara. And she wins the corner kick, so well played there by the Japanese signing Aira Fujiwara. Won the Rookie of the Year on her debut season in Japan's second tier. Did Aira Fujiwara. Looking to take this corner kick herself. Everyone back in defence, barring Diana McKenzie for the Juve side. Oh, and another good save required by Woodward. She saw it late, reacted well, keeps the scores at 0-0. Fujiwara. Kendra Smith. Van Dort wins the throw. Nice play by Fujiwara, but showed a little bit too much of it to Eden McKeown. Van Dort. A little bit hasty there, and that's going to be out of play. So the chance evaporates and the pressure is off the defence of Juve. Peyton Woodward's trying to bait the Royals attackers, but no one wanted to come and apply the pressure. McKeown was put under the pump though that time by Fujiwara. Good pressing by the Japanese midfielder. You can see players shielding their eyes from the sun here as this throw is about to be taken by Nathalie Chia. Smacks it up the field on her left peg. Getting back first is going to be Kobe Willett. All the way back to board. He gets their first touch for a little while. Looks like a few spectators rolling in from the Lawn Bowling Club to catch some of the action here now. Finals time in those summer sports at the moment. Cricket finals on today across Melbourne. Warm conditions for all involved. Players and spectators there as well, as we saw today in the NPL men's at Avenger Park. Very warm conditions for Avondale and Preston, a top of the table clash. Avondale running away with that one. And we just need a goal here to kickstart this one. Really hard fought first half between two committed teams. Again, you see that huge range on the kicks from Woodward, and the Royals are going to be alert to that, as picking up the ball is Sienna Coppola. Aiding her in attack is Nanami. She's been good in the first half, Shishido Nanami. Draws a crowd. Langley coming in with a tackle. Winning it back was Fujiwara, but still plenty of pressure coming in from Nanami. And over the top, Coppola is just about favoured to get there. Board had to be on her toes there again. Well, it's been a few busy moments for Zara Board in the end. It looked like she might have been having a quiet first 45. If you look at the squads on paper, perhaps, and from their performances last season, that might be what you'd expected, but it certainly hasn't been the case so far, as Juve have given as good as they've got as this first half has gone on. They've got themselves another corner kick opportunity here. As the smoke starts to waft across the northern end of the venue. What have we got in store here for the set-piece opportunity for Juve? It's a zone defence for the Royal side. Plenty of black and white stripes lurking just beyond the 6-yard box, ready to make their runs in towards the penalty spot. It was a decent delivery from the corner kick, but well defended by the organised Royals defensive pattern there. Rammel. Nanami combining with Rammel. Nanami might try a luck from distance. And the shot was partly blocked by Kendra Smith. Grover's going to keep this ball in. She's got Audrey Osler ahead of her, but again, plenty of players back for Juve, but Osler's done really well here. Audrey Osler bearing down on goal, looking for options, but the flag is up on the path. No, the flag is down, but there has been a whistle on play. Really difficult conditions with the sun shining across the park here, but it's going to be a free kick here for what looked like a shirt pull. Really good first touch, Audrey Osler. Knocking it past Eden McKeown. McKeown recovering, had a bit of a nibble, had a grab of the shirt, so McKeown goes into the book. First yellow card of the contest for the defender, Eden McKeown, the 19-year-old central defender. Played at Alamein last season. One goal from her 11 appearances there. Previously played a lot of football at the Bulleen Lions. She's been really good so far. Just caught out there and, well, didn't want to see Osler getting away. Running off like she'd stolen something. So free kick in a handy position here. McKeown on the yellow card tightrope for the remainder of this one. Will we see the direct attempt here from Fujiwara? Waiting for the referee's whistle. And it will be Fujiwara! Yes, for the Royals. Deadlock broken. Aira Fujiwara on her club debut for the Royals. That's another one for her personal highlights reel, and also for the Essendon Royals as they kickstart their season 2025 in the best possible way. They had to wait a long time for it, but eventually Peyton Woodward is beaten. A fine free kick right out of the top draw. Awkward for Peyton. It bounced right in front of her. She dived across to try and make the block. Perfectly placed. And on 42 minutes, the Royals take the lead. Juve looking for a quick response here, perhaps, as they attack down this left-hand side that's brought them quite a bit of joy in this first half. Powerful play by Osler. Makeo not taking a backward step, but she found herself having to pick her body up off the grass as Osler won the header and was looking to go once again, bearing down on goal. Decent ball out wide left here again. Good combinations by Juve. McKenzie. Nice little pirouette there, looking at the back post area, looking for Coppola. Made a run into a handy position. And here's Grover again. Blocked well by the captain, leading from the front, Nathalie Chia. So Juve with the work to do now. 1-0 to the visitors. The Essendon Royals, Aira Fujiwara, nominee for the goal of the round, perhaps, in NPLW Victoria Round 1, season 2025. It's Makeo, and she'll be kicking herself after giving away that free kick. The free kick that was won by Osler, and it was finished, and finished expertly by Fujiwara. As the sun disappears behind the clouds here, and pretty grateful for that. Here's Woodward looking to draw an opponent and play it over the top. See, that'll be a tactic that Juve would be wise to try and use a little bit this season. A lot of defensive lines probably wouldn't anticipate the goalkeeper being able to hoist the ball so far up the field. Booming clearance. A couple of times nearly caught out the Royals' defence. It's a good combination of play here. Rammel out wide. There's no one making a gallop down the left-hand side, and Jurcic is going to be able to get there first. A little bit careless, though, and almost gave away the ball, but eventually no harm done, as it will be a goal kick, as the referee Angelique Manguillon checks her watch to see how long we have. We are into 3 minutes of added time in this first half. Don't be fooled if it looks like there's a fog rolling in here. It is smoke that we've had rolling across the ground in the last few minutes. Still sitting at around 34 degrees here at Faulkner. Coppola contesting for the ball. It's 1-1 by Kendra Smith. Van Dort. Grover now. This is Paredes giving chase. Good pressure from Nanami. Well played. Shishido Nanami. Going to play it up the line. Cut out by Grover. Van Dort with a little bit of time to pick her pass and decides to play the square ball. And Langley's brought to ground. A foul committed by Elisa Smith, those two old Cordy United teammates of last season. Smith coming over to help Langley back up off the turf. So good sportsmanship there, as you would expect from the two former teammates. And looks like it's going to be Kendra Smith, the New Zealander, to take this free kick. 22 games for the Royals with a goal last season. Floats it into the box. Woodward, big collision in the penalty area. Wow, Woodward coming out strongly. What's the referee's decision going to be here? Chaos in the Juve penalty area. Trainer's going to be called out onto the field here, so we're going to have added time on added time at the end of this first 45. See that ball again. Big collision. Essendon players appealing for the high contact by Woodward. First and foremost, it's about player welfare in these hot conditions. And it is Rebecca Van Dort who's back and sitting up, so that's good to see. Put her body on the line. Would have heard the footsteps of the goalkeeper coming. The big New Zealander. Big collision with the American goalkeeper. Looks to be A-OK. What's the decision going to be here? From Angelique Mangion. Looks like it's going to be a drop ball will be the call. Or is it in fact a Juve free kick? Go back and watch that one again on replay. You make your decisions at home. I think in the defence of Woodward, despite making the contact, taking the ball first. So, no sanctions on the Juve goalkeeper, Peyton Woodward, who's probably been their best player in this first 45 minutes, despite having to let go to the prospect of a clean sheet on 42 minutes when she was beaten from the free kick by Aiwa Fujiwara. So we have had another minute added on to that original 3 minutes of added time, and that will be the first half done and dusted here at CB Smith Reserve, and it's a 1-goal lead to the visiting side, the Essendon Royals, courtesy of that goal from the direct free kick from the right boot of the new Japanese signing, 23-year-old from Setagaya FC, Aja Fujiwara, making the best possible start in her new colours at the Essendon Royals. And that's the difference between the two sides. The free kick was originally won by Audrey Osler, who turned her opponent in Eden. Made things tough for the Essendon Royals in that first 45, but it's a well-deserved lead, you would say, on the balance of things, with some heroics in goal from Peyton Woodward, that the Royals go in with that 1-goal cushion, and it was 1 goal that separated them on both occasions when they met last season. Could that be the case here again? Well, you can join us for the second 45 to find out after this short break in NPLW Round 1, Season 2025. It is Brunswick Juventus 0, Essendon Royals 1. We'll be back after this short break. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to CB Smith Reserve here in Fawkner for the second 45 of this one. A warm night in Melbourne, around 34 degrees still currently in the second half. This match, originally scheduled for 3 p.m, was pushed back to 6:30 to negate the heat of the day, but still a warm evening in Melbourne as we await the cool change to come in tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of rain as well. We could use some. It's been a dry few weeks in Victoria, and it's something that, well, let's just say the drought has broken because NPLW Victoria, at least in that sense, is back. We had to wait 6 weeks for it after the men's competition started back in early Feb. But isn't it good to have the NPLW up and running, and 6 exciting matches in round 1 to kick off the contest. This one between two northern rivals, two Italian-backed clubs, the Essendon Royals, coming over to visit the home here of Brunswick Juventus. And wouldn't Brunswick love to get a goal on the board for their troubles? Both of their meetings last year were won by the Royals by a solitary goal, and they lead by a solitary goal at the moment, courtesy of Eira Fujiwara on her club debut, scoring directly from a free kick from outside the penalty area and finding the bottom corner to put it past Peyton Woodward on her club debut, who, to be fair, has been excellent for the Juve side, making a couple of crucial saves in the opening minutes. If it hadn't been for those, perhaps it could have been a different story, but Juve still very much in this one, and it's like no changes at half-time, so the lineups are as they were in the first 45, which sees Brunswick Juventus with Peyton Woodward in goal, the back four, Natalie Grimmer, Naveen Kaur, Eden McKeown, and the captain, Nathalie Chia. In midfield, it's Shishido Nanami, Samira Rex Heppy, Sienna Coppola, Elisa Smith, Anastasia Rammel, and up front is Danyana McKenzie. And for the Royals, Zara Boyd, the West Aussie, on her club debut in goal, the back four, Rebecca Van Dort, Kobe Willett, the captain, Michaela Jurcic, Alicia Bresciano, and midfield, Kendra Smith. And it's Bresciano getting forward here down the right-hand side. It's Alicia Bresciano into the 6-yard box, and it's repelled well that time by Eden McKeown. She's the only player out there walking the tightrope of being on the yellow card as it stands. Well, it was a mixed bag, that clearance, but it almost worked as it found Danae McKenzie leading the line for the Juve side. Throw taken by a number 4 in Michaela Jurcic, the central defender, taking the throw. That's hammered forward by Emma Langley. And it might stay in play here for Fujiwara. It's her goal that separates the two sides, and she wins the Royals a corner kick, the first of the second 45. You can hear there through our effects mics there. Peyton Woodward organising her players in the penalty area, the zone defence. One on the front post and the others lining up around the perimeter of the 6-yard box. Here comes the corner by Fujiwara, the near post area. It nearly beats everybody. There's plenty of black and white there to mop up, and there's the clearance. Only as far as the corner taker herself, Fujiwara. Going to play the 1-2 here with Paredes. The American looking to find the Japanese midfielder. Rex Heppy's touch is a good one, and coming forward is Rammel, Anastasia Rammel, through the centre of CB Smith Reserve. And the forward pass was a little bit too vertical, a bit too direct, and Jurcic was able to get there first. Nice interception by Grimmer. Natalie Grimmer giving chase. Good duel with Langley. Grimmer's going to continue a run here and get a good ball into the box. Perhaps it's blocked by Bresciano. Well played by the youngster from the Alton Redbacks. And if you have just joined us, Alicia Bresciano is the daughter of Mark, and he is in the venue tonight catching this one. So we've got the Golden Generation alumni here in action tonight in the NPLW Victoria, and it's great to see. Excellent generation after generation of football in the Bresciano family. The highest pedigree. This is Willett receiving from Kendra Smith and forward by Van Dort. McKeown. Smith's ball forward. Giving chases Mackenzie. Putting the pressure on Willard, and it's going to play for a throw on the far side. 1-0 the score, second half. Less than 5 minutes going on the second period, and we will, of course, be pausing for a cooling break midway through this half, as we did in the first half. In fact, we're going to see the players stopping for a drinks break already, so earlier than anticipated, fair to say. Normally you would see that midway through the half or in extreme heat conditions, maybe split the half into 3 periods with 2 drinks breaks spaced out equally. But we haven't gone 5 minutes yet. We're already pausing. The Eskies have been wheeled out into action in the technical areas, and it's also a good chance for the coaches in this one as well. Justin Laria from Brunswick Juventus and Vince Battio is the Royals coach, giving some extra opportunity to hand out some instructions as well. Plenty of new recruits in action for both of these sides. Juve with at least 5 new signings in their starting 11. And 6 for the Royals. Plenty of new faces on the bench as well for the respective sides. I'm looking forward to seeing who comes on and what they can show. Certainly it's a night where fresh legs will be required. You can see the Essendon Royals substitutes are warming up to the left of screen here, and well, I hope they're not spending all their petrol tickets in their warm-ups, because they're going to need to be called on in this second half as the players show some fatigue. Here's Paredes. Big challenge from Smith for Juve. Osler now. Royals looking to get a second on the board. Bresciano. Good interception there from Rex Heppy. Lost out again though, and it's a bit scrappy after the drinks break. He's looking to find their rhythm again. Sometimes those delays can upset the rhythm of the match, and certainly in conditions like this, that can only add to that situation where we're likely to see that happening. And here's a chance for the Royals to step forward. Kobe Willett, Van Dort, back to board. So they're just looking to move the ball from left to right here, and holding on to the possession is a smart approach when the weather is plus in excess of 33 degrees as we see it at the moment. So still sitting on 33 degrees here in Fawkner for these players, and it's been a credit to them, the effort that they put in and the show that they put on for us all here to watch this one tonight. It's hit forward by Kendra Smith. Osler giving chase, and Osler and McKeown, what a duel that's been. And McKeown's going to win the free kick this time. That was the free kick that McKeown gave away to Osler, which led to the goal that separates the two sides at the moment. Fujiwara finishing it off from around 25 yards, putting it into the bottom right corner of Peyton Woodward's goal. Forward by Nanami. Around 8 minutes gone in the second period here. We hope you're enjoying this contest wherever you're tuning in around Melbourne, regional Victoria, interstate or abroad. Glad to be bringing you another big season of the NPLW on the NPL Victoria live stream. This is a great run down the left-hand side by Fujiwara. Eventually is held back. She's got some support from Grover on the far side over there, and it's going to be a Royals throw over near the scoreboard, which reads Brunswick Juve 0, Essendon 1. Still early doors in the second half. Steve Curtin with you on the call tonight. Thank you again for your company as we have the privilege of being able to sit back in the grandstand and watch these players going at it out there in the middle. Langley's ball forward. Whistle on play, and was that for a handball? What's the decision here? Well, did it actually strike the referee perhaps there, Angelique Mangion, because she's going to play the drop ball here, and Royals are going to be given possession. Bresciano, one way then the other. Well played. She was looking for a teammate in Paredes, but Bresciano is the second chance here. Rammel. Nice attack on the ball by Sienna Coppola in the yellow boots. It's motoring forward from the right flank, but it's the Royals back into attack now. Away by Eden McKeown and out of play for a Royals throw. The tempo of this one will be very stop-start in the second 45. Always tough coming into round one without the match minutes and match intensity, but it's only coupled by the fact that it's super hot today in Melbourne. Woodward's ball in the goal, and we're going to get a... Zebra's trying to get forward down this grandstand side. Well, that ball defeated everyone, and it's out of play. We're going to see the first substitution of the night. And it's going to be made by the Royals. And that's the end of proceedings for the youngster making her club debut from the Eltham Redbacks, Alessia Bresciano. And she's going to be replaced by Amy Parkinson, the 20-year-old right back from Maitland in the Northern New South Wales NPL. Lots of experience across 43 senior appearances for Maitland in the NPL Northern New South Wales competition. For the 20-year-old right back, Amy Parkinson, who is on for a club debut. If the family's tuning in up there in Maitland, very good evening to you. I'm excited to see Amy. Here she is on the ball here for her first touch. Chance here for Rammel. Looking to slide the pass through for Mackenzie. Rammel on the ball again. Tries her luck from distance. Could have been an awkward bounce almost for board, but no trouble in the all-purple kit. Looking resplendent and getting that ball out wide quickly. Van Dort. Gruber. Van Dort's going to hit this one up the line with the trusty left peg, but there's no one there in a red shirt. Players just taking turns to put their foot through the ball, and no one really with the energy to chase in these conditions. Understandably so. So it's a like-for-like change for the Royals, with Bresciano coming off, and at right back she's replaced by Amy Parkinson. And right back by trade as well. Bit of space here for the Royals to move into. Chia finds Rammel. Oh, was well cut out by Willett. In fact, it was Kendra Smith, in fact. And here she is again. Kendra Smith playing it out wide. Plenty of space for Grober to move into and run at her opponent, Chia. Curtis was lurking on the last line of the Juve defence there. And she's still there now. It's a good defensive header. That was by Natalie Grimmer. Van Dort in space now. The New Zealander's going to try and float this ball into the danger spot. Well, it's allowed to bounce in the penalty area, but luck's a fortune for Juve as it runs harmlessly through to Peyton Woodward. You can hear the American there directing traffic ahead of her. She's been dangerous playing those long balls over the top, but more often than not, she's happy to play out short to the centre-back. So a good brand of football for Juve so far. A mixed approach at bringing the ball out of defence from the goalkeeper. He's the captain in Chia. Sending it over the top. Juve there. Only one moment of brilliance away from levelling this things up, and an unlikely point in round one against a more fancied opponent. Their last win in this fixture came in April 2023. A 1-0 win when they were the home side at when the visiting Essendon Royals went down a 0-0. Ayumi Horikoshi with the goal for Juve to give them all 3 points. The last time they did so against the Essendon Royals. Grover trying to get around her opponent, but again, it's well played by Chia, she's enjoying that duel out there with Ava Grover. This is Kaur. Receiving it is Smith. Both sides with a Smith in the centre of the park. And this is Smith for Juve and Kendra Smith for the Royals. So the floodlights start to take effect. We haven't brought our commentator issue reading lamp tonight here, Jordan, so hopefully we can get through the rest of the second 45 without any issues, or we might need to reach for the phone torch perhaps. We'll see how things play out in the second 45. Certainly my first time here for a night match. I've only ever been for the 3 p.m. kickoffs here, which this match, of course, was originally scheduled to be, but sensibly it was moved back to 6:30 given the extreme heat across Melbourne today. Both sets of players and coaches happy with the move back to the cooler time slot. Cleared by Langley. It was agricultural clearance, but it does the job, and it's out of play into the Essendon Royals technical area. Royals coach Vince Battiato happy with what he's seen so far. Plenty of room for improvement, though, as this match goes on, and they'd love to grab a second goal and make things a little bit more comfortable. Osler giving chase for the ball, but it was a good bit of work again from Eden McKeown. What a great duel it's been between those two. Osler might like to feel that she's had the better of it, given that she turned McKeown and won the free kick, which is the goal, led to the goal that separates the two sides. Juve pinging the ball around the centre of the park, but often it's just that key pass that's just not quite there at times. Nanami combining with Rex Heppy and looking for the diagonal ball, but again, it's a little too direct and it's going to run through to Zara Board. Essendon Royals will just pick those ones off all day if Juve continue to just rush that final ball forward. This is Kendra Smith playing it up the line. Looking for Grover, getting in behind the defensive line. Ava Grover, still she goes. This is Grover bearing down on goal, and it's a good defensive intervention by Navleen Kaur to put it behind for a Royals corner kick, because there was players lurking, and it was looking ominous there for a Royals second goal of the evening. They're happy to concede the corner kick here, and going over to take it will be the goal scorer, Airi Fujiwara. Royals putting a couple of players, including Audrey Osler, in on the goalkeeper, on Danae McKenzie. That's in the 6-yard box, and can someone get there and put it away? And well held again. Cool and calm in a crisis there. It's Dayton Woodward. Time on the ball for Navleen Kaur. McKenzie now. Well, for a side that did finish second bottom last year, it looked like there is some improvement in this team since last year. That'll be the commentator's curse though, because Royals are back in possession. Here's Paredes. Going to play the ball through for Osler. There's too much on it. The right idea though. Looking for a little reverse pass to unlock the Juve defence. That one's got a fair bit on it. A little bit too much for Rex Heppy to be able to drag in. We're going to see a double change here taking place for the Royals. It's the end of proceedings for Audrey Osler, it looks like, and also Kendra Smith. So a couple of experienced players departing. Change in attack and a change in defence. There might be an extra player in defence maybe as well. And up top is the number 13, Philomena Dalic, her proven goal scorer, the 23-year-old. Just got the 2 goals for the Royals last season, but certainly a prodigious goal scorer when the Royals were coming through the lower levels. And on the ball here, the number 3 is Mia Lantieri-Bartley, 24-year-old who came across from Alamein during last season. So she might even be lining up as a sweeper behind the defence. We'll keep an eye on that because she did replace the number 20, Kendra Smith, who was lining up in midfield. Need time to bolster the defence as we into the last 25 minutes. Here's the attempt on goal. Another good save by Woodward to tip it away. Grace Paredes, the American, on her club debut. And the former Florida Gulf Coast Eagle was close to opening her account for a new club there. Well, you know it's a warm night when you can hear the crickets coming through the effects mics here at CV Smith Reserve at Fawkner. It's always pleasant now sitting up in the grandstand after it was baking hot up here earlier. Fujiwara with the corner kick, and everyone's crowding the 6-yard box and trying to make things difficult for the American Peyton Woodward. Fujiwara with the corner kick. It's on the penalty spot. Van Dort flew highest, but she's adjudged to have given away a free kick, which she doesn't agree with, pleading her case to referee Angelique Manguion. Nonetheless, it's going to be a free kick going the way of Juve. Plenty of time for Juve to turn this around if they can just find a bit of killer instinct, and we're going to see their first change of the evening about to take place. Looks like we're going to see Layla Butler could be the player coming on, the 18-year-old who came across from South Melbourne. Layla Butler making her club debut, formerly a top scorer in South Melbourne's under-20 and previously at the NTC and originally down at Geelong Galaxy before that as well. Opportunity for her to come on and show her wares. Repelled again by that Juve defence. Picked up by Langley on the second ball. Board now. A long way out of her penalty area. Van Dort over the top. Keown plays well there in the defensive line. Fujiwara is going to be flagged for offside here, so pressure off the Juve defence. Just feel the temperature just dropping a little bit here, and it's pleasant conditions. I say that the commentator thermometer in the kit here is saying 32 degrees still, so it's certainly warm conditions out there for the players still at this point, despite having dropped a bit from today's high of 37 in Melbourne. That is Celsius, of course, if you are tuning in, watching some of the American players, tuning in from the United States. It's been a cold winter in some parts of the northeast of the country, I'm aware of. A lot of snowfall. Mentioned Grace Paredes, she's previously of before Florida Gulf Coast Eagles in the warmer climate. She's previously of St. John's Uni and Boston Breakers, so certainly been a chilly winter over there in that New England region of the United States. It's been the summer here that, as we seem to see these days, doesn't really arrive too early, but when it arrives, it can really pack a punch, and it's really arrived for the autumn time of year here in Melbourne, so it's been a warm start to the NPLM season, and now it's an even warmer start to the NPLW season here in Victoria. So plenty more matches to come for you. Tonight at 8:30, Burundura Carey Eagles against Heidelberg United. And then tomorrow, FV Academy against Alamein FC. And also we have the rescheduled match, Bulleen Lions and Box Hill United, that was to be on this afternoon, rescheduled to tomorrow night at the Veneto Club. So plenty of action to check out on the NPL Victoria live streams in this year's NPLW competition. But also plenty of chance to get around to the local grounds. Free admission, of course, here. You can get along and enjoy the top talent, the future stars of the A-League Women's, showing their wares, and it's been a happy hunting ground for recruiters from that particular level. A springboard to the top of women's Australian football here in the NPLW in Victoria. That ball out of play for a goal kick, and Zara Board could take her time here, but she's going to get it going again quickly. Parkinson. Played forward by Grimmer. Chia. Nanami's pass. Van Dort's lost out here. Maybe Juve can mount a challenge. That's a good interception by Nevleen Kaur. Definitely should have brought out reading lamp tonight, but we'll push on here as we move midway through the second half. Only 20 minutes to go in this one. It's Essendon holding the advantage. If you have just joined us, the goal by Airi Fujiwara on the club debut, scoring direct from a free kick. He couldn't get a better start than that. Well, Langley turned into trouble there. This is the sub, Lantieri Bartley. 16 appearances for the Royals last season. She does look like she's slotted in between the central defenders. In fact, she may be lining up as the right centre-back, to be exact. Ball into the box, flags up, and the decision is offside, and he's offside against Juve. So again, the pressure valve is released for the Royals. Less than 20 to go here at CV Smith Reserve. Steve Curtin with you. NPLW Victoria, round one of the competition. Royals in the box seat here to start in the best possible way. Both of the matches taking place last night were 1-1 draws, so this result would take them top of the table provisionally, at least midway through round one of the competition. What a good season they had last year as well, going all the way to the semi-final. 1-0 loss to Preston Lions, courtesy of a Hayley Johnson goal at BT Connor Reserve. Preston were very, very close to taking out the title as well, going down to Heidelberg United in an absolute thriller at the home of the Matildas on the grand final day last September. This is Grimmer. Pressure from Parkinson. A scramble, and Grimmer's going to try and knock this one out of play and concede the throw to the Royals. And we're going to see another cooling break take place here, which is fair enough. The first one coming only 5 minutes into the second 45. Players who were fresh out of the dressing rooms, but this one with just under 20 minutes of regular time to go. Well, in 32-degree temperatures, it's well earned. Players thankful that the sun has now disappeared out of the equation and the night sky has taken over the backdrop. So the temperature dropping a couple of degrees. 34 at kickoff, down to 32 now, but the cooling break is in action here. As we mentioned as well, it's just another opportunity for the coaches to reinforce these tactics that they've been able to talk about at half-time and pre-match. It's almost like the three-quarter time huddle in an AFL match. It's Battiato working with his playing group and his assistant coach, Jaden Vanderhayden, offering the instructions for his charges to try and hang on to this slender 1-0 lead that they have. Justin Larrier and his assistant, George Katiforis, need to find a wild card to swing this result the other way around. Still got a couple of options on the bench. They might be like to swing on Tiana Pandov or Ondine Guillemara, Natasha Colosimo or Mia Sikorsky. Layla Butler already entered the fray, and the other substitute is the substitute goalkeeper, Tiana Orphanides. It's an awfully long way to cover because that ball going out of play as far as you can get from the technical area. So we've all got to make our way back over to the grandstand side. So no doubt we'll have a little bit of time added on at the end of the 90 here as well, if the match is still tight, for the Royals to try and hold on, and Juve to throw the kitchen sink at the Royals' defence in stoppage time. Maybe even Peyton Woodward might like to come forward for a corner kick as the goalkeeper on her debut, perhaps. We'll wait and see what happens there. Foot race here. Van Dort giving chase. She's going to get there first, the New Zealander, and just ahead of her opponent, Layla Butler, should I say, the Juve substitute. Ball up into the channel, and Mackenzie giving chase. Royals working their way back into a defensive position here as Juve move forward up the park. Floats it into the box, and it's easy for Board to come and claim. She's going to send this one out in the direction of Parkinson. Up the line is Philomena Dalic, combining with Parkinson, the two subs working together down the right-hand side of the Royals attack in front of the CB Smith Reserve grandstand here in Fawkner. And it's Woodward able to get back and mop up. Will she send this one long over the top, perhaps? This is Eden McKeown. Good ball forward to Mackenzie. Good control as well by Mackenzie. Draws a crowd, though, and she's going to win herself a free kick here. Essendon coaching staff aren't too impressed with the decision, but it's a useful free kick for Juve to, again, get themselves up the park. And it's going to be Alyssa Smith to take this one. Players congregating on the edge of the 18-yard box. They haven't had a decent attempt on goal for many a minute. Van Dort, textbook defensive header. Back the way it came. Finds Dalic, who was the outlet, and Van Dort back up the line again. It's going to sit here for Paredes. Eventually out of play. Thank you to the ball boy out there over the fence. Keeping the game flowing tonight. Steve Curtin with you. NPLW Victoria, round one of the competition. Essendon Royals holding all the aces here. Their new Japanese attacking midfielder, Eri Fujiwara, scoring from the free kick on 42 minutes. After it was won by Audrey Osler. She was fouled by Eden McKeown. See the body language coming from the Essendon technical area is just to slow it down, just control the tempo, take your time. Not much more than 10 minutes plus stoppages, of which there will probably be, I would estimate, around 5 minutes added. We've had 2 drinks breaks in this second 45. And a few substitutions that have broken up the play as well. No goals in the second 45. Juve just trying to work their way into this one. Fancy a draw here in round one would be a really positive start to the season. Last year, just the 3 wins and 4 draws across the 22 matches. So they finished 11th out of the 12 sides in the comp. And it's a handy free kick to win here for the Royals. Again, just controlling the tempo of this one. There's space here for Kobe Wilbert, who's moved into a central midfield role at number 12. Dalic trying to turn her opponent. Juve back in possession. Chia. Keown. This is Kaur. Doesn't like what she sees and is forced to go back to Woodward. A lot of chat out there, a lot of intensity despite the warm conditions. And flags up for offside. Rover thought she might have been in line, but no protest and taken really quickly. Good intelligent play by Juve, putting it down. It was Chia, the captain, the experienced head in the team. 31-year-old putting it down and playing on with the ball as quick as she could. Trying to catch out that well-organised Royals defence out of position. Kaur directing traffic ahead of the play and not on the same page as her teammate Rex Heppy, who forlornly gives chase, but that one's going to favour Jurcic. Played by Jurcic, clears the line. Pressure though, coming from Elisa Smith. Oh, well won there by Fujiwara, the goal scorer, but Juve straight back into possession. Nanami, and Nanami wins the corner kick here, so well played by Shishido Nanami. The two Japanese imports, both coming from Setagaya. Presumably teammates in a past life. You can hear Zara Board organising a penalty area there through our effects mic. Big moment here for the Royals to hold strong. One of the Juve got up their sleeve here as the corner kick comes in. It's a good one. It's dealt with just about by that Royals defence. Whistle on play. The Royals players has lost a shin pad. Another good excuse to slow the tempo down again. Into the last 10 minutes here, it's a slender lead for the Royals. Good value for it. They've played the better football and the balance of things.
Come on, focus.
Saying that, if Juve are able to level things up, they wouldn't find themselves feeling like they've come across a complete fluke and got a point. They've been given as good as they've got, and that's the end of the proceedings for Grace Paredes on her debut. The 23-year-old American heads off to a round of applause. Ready to continue here. Here's Elisa Smith. Mackenzie. Ricochet back off Mackenzie. Luck's a fortune for Juve because it almost fell into the path of Anastasia Rammel. Eventually the free kick will go the way of the visitors. So Natasha Colosimo, the 19-year-old. 21 games and 4 goals in the Brunswick Juve 20s last year. Going to come on. We've also got Sasha Corey, the South Aussie, coming on for Essendon Royals in the number 6 jersey. 6 matches at Adelaide United in the 22-23 A League Goodman season. Ball over the back here, and there's a chance, but Zara Board's going to get there and smother this one. Wants to send this one up the park. Bit of a rainmaker. So we might get some rain here in Melbourne tomorrow. Well, it remains to be seen. Rex Heppy, good touch from her. It's going to continue her run and switch the play. Well read Van Dort. Distributed out wide by Wilbert. Van Dort now. Off the line again with that trusty left peg, but it's well read by Keown. Royals back in possession. Ball pinging from one end to the other. And here's a chance for the substitute, Sasha Corey, but she's lost track of the ball. Left behind somewhat. Sasha Corey. Juve trying to create something here. Danae McKenzie, and the flag's up for offside against Anastasia Rammel. You might feel she's been hard done by there, but takes the decision in her stride. The assistant referees have been busy flagging a few offsides in the second half. Sarah Ballou and Emily Chandler. Deltoid's been called into action a couple of times as the flag has popped up for offside. Parkinson's ball forward. This is Dalic in the wide right position. Top of the box is Corey. First touch was a little too far out in front of her. Trying her luck from distance was Kobe Wilbert, the central defender, who's been moved into central midfield. I think she's enjoying being a bit further up the park too. Trying her luck from distance. Unable to direct it on Peyton Woodward's goal. Woodward's going to go long here. It's getting to that point where it's desperate times, calls for desperate measures. Van Dort's getting back to mop up. She might be best pleased just to put it out of play for a throw, and she does. Less than 5 to go here at CB Smith. Not too long for the Royals to hang on to get best possible start to their season with 3 points. Here's a bit of a rainmaker. Zara Board shielding the floodlights out of the eyes, and she's done well to receive that on the bounce. Holds the ball aloft for all to see. Again, it's no nonsense. Sending it long up the park. It's going to be all Juve players there, but it's going to bounce awkwardly. Committed there was McKeown because Dalic was bearing down on her. Fujiwara. Oh, the Royals fans were looking for a free kick there for Fujiwara. Play on was the call from Angelique Manguillon. Royals can reload again here. They've got a bit of space down their right-hand side. Appeals for offside. Fujiwara was straight at the keeper. Good save, but to be fair, she needed to try and hit the corner there. Went for power rather than placement. Now, we've really got the ball pinging from one end to the other, so don't go anywhere. We've got an exciting final few minutes here at CB Smith Reserve. No doubt a bit of stoppage time to be added on too. Probably the best part of 10 minutes to go still here, including those stoppages. Zara Board looking to send it long again. This one a little flatter. Grover's header. Grover so busy in the first half, not quite as busy in the second 45, at least going forward. More defensive duties as players have become more weary, and the Royals are happy to sit on this 1-0 cushion, which will see them be the first side to get the 3 points of season 2025 in the NPLW. Followed by McKeown. Out of play. Royals are going to try and take some more time off the clock here. Van Dort will be in no rush to take this throw. Just around 2 minutes of regulation time to go. He said probably 5 or 6 minutes of added time after this. So still a long way to go here. Still plenty of time for Juve, if they're good enough, to mount a challenge for a share of the points here at CV Smith Reserve. Keown's header, it's out of play. Brunswick Juventus next weekend. They'll be back here again on Saturday where they'll play against the Burundura Carey Eagles. Then they'll have a trip down to Melbourne's southern suburbs on the Friday night of round 3 to play the Bentley Greens. Bentley Greens who took a share of the points with South last night. And then in round 4, it's a home match back here again on the Saturday afternoon against the FV Academy, as they're known as this year. Various names, FV emerging and NTC in previous years. Rex Heppy, good technical player, but it's well read and intercepted by Emma Langley, who's charging forward. Dalic is onside here. Philomena Dalic, you can finish it off here, Dalic. Unable to get a shot on target.
I'm sorry, that's quiet.
Woodward not happy. I think she was expecting the flag to go up for offside there. Flag stayed down. Dalic, the substitute, with the opportunity. Couldn't direct it on goal. It does take some more minutes off the clock. We have a double sub here for Juve. The fourth officials board. We'll wait to see the numbers that pop up. Ondine Diamara, the former Alamein midfielder, 21 years of age, is coming onto the left-hand side of the attack here. The number 7 jersey. Also got other substitutes out there, include Layla Butler, who's come on. Been out there for a little while now as Butler. There's a bit of space here for Nanami to switch the play and try and find the sub. The flag's up against her, though, on Dean Guillemara, and a good defensive line by the Royals. And that'll see us out for regulation time here. 4 minutes added on. Big thanks to Jordan behind the camera tonight. Teamwork makes the dream work. Steve Curtin with you in the final throws of this one. NPLW round 1 action at CV Smith Reserve. Essendon Royals looking good to hang on to a 1-0 lead to get all 3 points, courtesy of an Airi Fujiwara goal in 43 minutes. Here's Dalic trying to finish it off again on the left foot. Oh, it's a little bit of a rainmaker, and it ends up landing down behind the goal. Juve got to get this going quickly. Already the first minute of stoppage time has evaporated. Woodward's going to be striding forward here out of her penalty area. Long ball over the top incoming. Where's the flick on? That's what we're looking for here, but well read Van Dort. She's also on a free kick as well. Is there a shove in that aerial duel? That whistle was music to the ears of the Essendon Royals side. Vince Battiato will be smiling ear to ear for this one, getting his side off to the best possible start. It's a long slog, the pre-season. Lots of evenings training in the hot conditions, various grounds, and we see Essendon Royals, they'll be looking forward to getting back to the Cross Keys now that the cricket season is wrapping up. They will be away next week again at Wembley Park against Box Hill United. They've got a home match coming up at JH Allen Reserve in round 3 against Spring Hills. Spring Hills impressed against Preston last night. That match will be a home match at JH Allen Reserve in Keilor East, the home of Mooney Pond Soccer Club. It's where Essendon have been using as their playing base for their men's home game so far as well. And then they'll be playing their first home game at the Cross Keys in round 4, a Saturday match against the Preston Lions, last season's grand finalists. Langley's ball forward. Parkinson giving chase. Woodward coming out of off her line and picks it up well. Guimara, the substitute. It's just about last roll of the dice here for Juve. Fujiwara, she's already got one, having her shirt pulled there by Navleen Kaur. And, well, that's both centre-backs now on a yellow card for Brunswick Juventus, and a free kick in a handy position that will favour the left footer here. We saw Fujiwara with the expert delivery on the right, but you can see what a great recruit she is. So quick. She can run as fast while dribbling the ball as she can without the ball, it seems like.
Hey, only 3. Get on me. Stay with her.
And you can hear Peyton Woodward there organising her wall. It's going to be
Are we marked out here?
a bit of conjecture. There's going to be 3 in the wall, you fancy?
Let's pop in on me. Or this one here.
Some conjecture as whether Shishido Nanami was going to be included in the ball. She's going to be a free player
Hey, guys, this way.
to block that space.
Yep, another one. Yeah, hold there. Hold us on Dean. On Dean, stay put.
Well, Fujiwara, who took the first half free kick with her right foot, is shaping up to take this with her left foot. So let's see what happens here. 3 in the wall. Woodward lurking at the back post. And this will be a testament to Aira Fujiwara if she could take both sides. And it's going to be taken by Langley. It's a little bit of a tame effort in the end. It's over the wall and on target, but it's easily fielded by Woodward, who went to ground and she's not happy about it. She's being fouled and will get the free kick, but it just takes more time off the clock that Brunswick Juventus don't really have up their sleeve. They need to get the ball forward. They need to get numbers forward up the park here as well. Frustrating for Brunswick Juventus. They've toiled away in these hot conditions. They're only a goal out of it. Aveline Kaur and Woodward becoming a bit of sweeper keeper. She moves up the park and sends it long. Good aerial duel, but going to be a free kick here. That was a bit nasty. Van Dort sent to the turf. Back up on her feet. It'll be okay to continue. McKenzie with the intervention, but that's going to be just about time here as we've reached almost the 6-minute mark of added time here at CV Smith Reserve. We're going to be at the discretion now of referee Angelique Mangion. Fujiwara. Last roll of the dice here. What a turn that was by the substitute, Sasha Corey. And that's going to be full time and the best possible start for the Royals, who, after a fantastic season 2024, going all the way to the semis, they get season 2025 off to the best possible start. A clean sheet, a 1-0 victory against their northern suburb rivals, Brunswick Juventus, here at CB Smith Reserve in stifling hot conditions in round 1 of the NPLW. And hats off to both sets of players for the entertainment that they provided us tonight. A healthy crowd gathered here to take in this one. Always tough in round 1 without the match minutes and conditioning, but especially when you've got to play in a match that kicks off in 34-degree heat. But the tempo was excellent, even disregarding that. Both sets of players have performed well. An entertaining contest, but Essendon Royals, the better side in the end, deserved winners here, courtesy of that goal on 42 minutes. On her club debut, it was Aira Fujiwara, the 23-year-old from Setagaya FC, scoring after the free kick was won by their leading striker, Audrey Osler, who turned her opponent, Eden McKeown, was brought down, a little tug of the shirt, and from around 25 yards out, perfectly taken free kick by Fujiwara, bounced in an awkward position right in front of keeper Peyton Woodward, who's been excellent tonight. Probably the best player of the match, to be fair, for Brunswick Juventus, the goalkeeper. A string of fine saves in the opening 10 minutes or so in this match. But it wasn't enough as she was beaten from the set-piece opportunity. And, well, the Juve side, they did their best, but they just didn't create enough opportunities to test out Zara Bordy in goal, who was largely untroubled. A lot of opportunities from set pieces, corner kicks, but the Royals' defence stood strong. And a clean sheet in round 1. Doesn't get much better than that, but it does when you also get yourselves on the score sheet. A 1-0 win. Royals off to the best possible start. The first side in the competition to claim 3 points after we had the 2 draws last night between the Bentley Greens and South Melbourne, as well as Spring Hills and Preston Lions. Both of those matches finishing 1-1. And you can flick over now. We're about to have kickoff on the NPL Victoria live stream for the Burundara Carey Eagles and Heidelberg United, coming to you live from the Veneto Club in Bulleen, and plenty more action to come for you tomorrow as well. Sunday afternoon football, it's the FV Academy against Alamein Football Club, and then the Sunday evening kickoff tomorrow night at 7:30, FC Bulleen Lions against Box Hill United. Big matches coming up for these clubs next week as well. As we mentioned, Essendon Royals travelling on Friday night to Wembley Park to take on Box Hill United, while Brunswick will be back here again next Saturday to take on Burundara Carey Eagles. We hope you've enjoyed this one. I've been Steve Curtin. A big thank you to Jordan behind the camera tonight. You've been excellent in these oppressive conditions, mate, and hats off to everyone of you who's joined us on the live stream tonight on NPL Victoria Women's Round 1, opening round. What a great contest we've witnessed tonight. And to the victor go the spoils. Congratulations, Essendon Royals at full time from CV Smith Reserve. Courtesy of that goal by Aira Fujiwara, it is Brunswick Juventus 0, Essendon Royals 1. We hope you've enjoyed this one. Good evening.